And 3, 2, 1.
Episode number 10.
Number 10, bro. Dude, my nails are so short. These
I
hurt.
was just about to say that. I just cut my nails.
Here we go for the fans
a
right
few
here.
days ago.
Cheers up, brother.
So short. Cheers.
Episode 10, man.
10.
Hell yeah. Oh, it feels so good to do 10 episodes.
Yeah.
We hit double digits.
Double digits.
This has been such a journey.
It has.
I mean, from us just talking about it in
At Dolores Park.
at Dolores Park to us hitting 10 episodes.
To making it a reality. Yeah.
Now
pretty
we're
cool.
on Apple Podcasts. We're on Spotify,
And YouTube still.
YouTube. I mean, there's some other ones we're on, like Radio Thing and Stitcher and stuff, but I don't think anyone even goes there.
Yeah. Just the main ones are the ones people
We
care
have
about.
we have concept art, or if that's even.
Yeah, we do.
Is that what it's
we
called?
have a logo.
We have a logo.
That's what it is. We got a logo. Yeah.
Dude, I was thinking that we should save the ones that we drink and then like glue them together or something and create like a pyramid of White Claws for like the table.
I'm always down. I mean,
What do you think about that?
We'd be saving them here.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah, but I mean,
where else
if
would we
you're
save
okay
them?
with that, then yeah, I'm very down.
I mean, it's my idea, right? So,
yeah,
hell
it's your, I'm just making sure. I just don't want Amanda to get mad when a bunch of
No,
White
it's
Claws
fine.
are
Just
stacking
throw it
up.
in the closet, man.
True.
I mean, we're not going to create anything crazy. Just like a
just a little fun little
a
project.
solid 9 bottom, and just you keep going until we
Yeah.
get to the top.
Yeah,
What should the top be?
mango. You gotta have
read my
mango
mind.
just because of our logo. You
You know, I don't know if mango
And
is my
it's- and it-
favorite now.
but it's the original favorite.
Exactly.
It's the
You got to
original
give it the respect.
favorite,
Like
yeah.
he holds the crown.
He does. He does. Oh man, you know, I'm
Oh, this is so much fun, man.
we talked about coronavirus pretty much the whole episode.
Well,
last-
you had to know we're gonna bring it up again.
we had
right?
well, we have to bring it up again because you know it's as Christopher Nolan and his brother wrote, the night is darkest just before the dawn,
Uh-huh.
meaning things are only getting worse right now.
Yeah, well, that's
The night is getting darker.
and people don't realize that actually. I think, and we were kind of mentioning it before.
We were also, I think, doubting it a few months ago when
Yeah.
when it was just before it had come into the U.S. We were
Yeah,
I think making fun of it in a way, not taking it seriously. But now that it's hit in such a hard way and been announced as a pandemic by the World
WHO.
World Health Organization, and all these sports are getting canceled.
yeah, that's what's crazy to me actually is like,
And then,
MLS is canceled.
Yes.
NHL is postponed or canceled. Do you know?
well, they're using the word postponed. The NBA used.
Oh, that's right.
I think
Suspended,
I think the
postponed.
NBA used suspended or canceled when
But
they
it's
announced the
indefinitely
announcement. But it's all
suspended, right?
It's all stopped. Yeah, it's all no more.
Well, the NBA is kind of unique because, and we can get into it right now, which is that what's his name? Glover, Donald Glover. That's not it. Is that
Donald Glover's Childish Gambino?
fuck? Rudy Gobert. Rudy Gobert.
Rudy Gobert.
He's
and
diagnosed, or
and
not diagnosed, but
he tested positive for
positive.
it, and so did Donovan Mitchell,
Donovan Mitchell.
who was a teammate of Rudy Gobert.
Exactly.
And
exactly.
honestly,
and then
the
Oklahoma
star of the
City.
team, I think,
Oklahoma
over Rudy
City.
Gobert.
I mean, they dodged a bullet because they didn't play. Actually, this was last night, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, they dodged a bullet, man. Imagine if Donovan Mitchell came in there and was like, did a 30-point game, not realizing that he was getting everyone infected.
Yeah, that's
For Rudy. Well, they probably knew at that point.
That was
Rudy Gobert.
that was a big thing though. That I think that was the part of the moment that made the NBA realize they had to suspend the season.
Well,
and then all the other leagues seemed
Yeah.
to follow suit.
Yeah. Well, what's crazy to me is like, because I mean, Instagram's literally my bread and butter for all the news that I get.
Oh yeah.
I mean, sometimes I'll go on like online, but I'll be searching something specific, right?
Uh-huh.
And so on Instagram, you know how they do that thing where it's not chronological now; it's like according to your interests.
True.
And so I actually got one that said more recent that said, okay, NBA suspends games indefinitely.
Yeah.
And then the next one that came on that I saw once I kept scrolling was NBA decides to host games without people in it,
Mm-hmm.
like without fans coming to the games.
Yeah.
And that's because they made these decisions like
really
within a day or within 24 hours.
Less than 24 hours. Yeah, it was.
And so, yeah, they were making moves because, I mean, yeah, they were making some pretty tough decisions, man.
Yeah.
Everyone's making tough decisions right now because, I mean, a lot of things are getting canceled, and I'll throw it over to you for Coachella.
Oh, yeah. That surprised me. That surprised me. It did. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, no, I mean,
if anything, I was expecting it to get canceled.
Uh-huh.
Because when things were getting really bad, I was like, man, maybe they're going to cancel it. But then they postponed it, and and then it just goes back to the whole point I was mentioning about, James Bond getting pushed back to November. Coachella gets pushed back to October.
Yeah.
What happens when we get to those months and it's worse than it is now?
Exactly. Well, that's.
Do they push it back another 6 months, or do they just pull the plug completely? Or is at that point has the world already gone into apocalypse?
I mean, the great thing is that.
Just hopefully kidding.
The great thing is that USA has actually been taking some pretty serious steps in minimizing the expansion of it, I guess.
Yeah, how it's spreading.
Exactly. Because we are no longer able to travel to Europe.
True. Unless
you get like government permission.
Yeah.
Same thing with Asia. And we did that a while ago. And so if you look at these European nations, if we're talking about like the Western world, you look at these European nations, all of them have like 2,000 plus cases right now. And we're talking about, I mean, you think of Europe, it's so tiny,
Oh, yeah. You're saying how like they have more cases than us and we're more spread out.
Whereas like California is probably... I mean, I don't want to put it out there, but it's like France and Spain.
Don't we have 1 billion people in California? Like over
Beats
1 billion.
Beats me, dude. There's a lot of people, though.
I think we do have over 1 billion in California.
But I mean, there's a lot of people in Europe too, So.
No, wait. There's no way we have over 1 billion people in California.
I don't think that we have 1 billion people in America. Do we?
Well, I don't know. Let me check now.
I think we have like 300 million or something like that. Anyways, the point I'm trying to make is that Europe has a lot more cases. Mm-hmm. In terms of space and populace. What? Is it wave off? What is it?
Apologize, all listeners. I hope you got a really good laugh when I said California's population is 1 billion.
Yeah, that's a lot of fucking people, man.
California's population as of 2018 was 39.56 million.
Wow. So you're about 0.3%.
Way off.
What is that? 30%?
I don't even
know. 3%.
I don't even want to know how dumb I am. But let me check the United States population to make myself feel a little less dumb if it says 1 billion. No, I'm still really dumb.
300 million.
327 million. God.
See, I remember that number one time.
I don't know why I had 1 billion. I don't know.
Well,
for some reason I thought
this just validates the point that when we tell people, take everything that we say with a grain of salt. I was actually just, Jacob was messaging me. He was sending me memes from like, and he would quote you.
Oh,
he would quote you and then put it in a meme and then send it to me.
Did he send you the one with the JFK picture with what I said
what
about
it?
No, it wasn't that one. That one was the you can do it, but he made one
just kills. We were talking about.
Here, I'll pull it up right now.
We were talking about last episode how funny it is, or how ironic it is that these viruses want to kill everything until they kill themselves, right?
That's it right there.
So read it. What does it say?
So it says, all it knows is kill, so it will kill until it kills itself. and then he puts me as
quotes
like
it right next to JFK. Hilarious. I can't believe you said that, dude. That's so crazy.
Well, I mean
but it's true.
But I was just really just summing up like what a virus is. You know what I mean?
And it is ironic that it does do that. I mean, it's 100% right. Like it's gonna kill. The goal is to kill everything, right? Yeah. And so you saying all it knows is to kill. Mm-hmm. It's funny because I read that and it was like I read it in this stern like. Cinematic voice.
Yeah, exactly.
All it knows is to kill.
It's like the
and
final
so it's going to
speech,
kill
like
until it kills itself.
Like the trailer tagline or something.
Yeah.
And I was today when I was walking to Target to finish up some grocery stocking up. I mean, and I guess when I say stocking up, it's not really that much of a stock up. And I only say that because the stuff I'm buying isn't it's not like canned stuff that lasts forever, and it's not even enough to make it last.
Well, if you got hot dogs, those things will last pretty long.
Yeah, I mean, I have stuff that will last a long time, but I eat a lot. So, like, I have to, I'll go through it. So, it's like,
yeah,
if I'm going to get screwed by a lack of supplies, I'm going to get screwed by a lack of supplies. Because I simply go through supplies too quickly to, like, be able to technically stock.
Well, the great thing about you is you live right next to Trader Joe's
and Target
and an entire mall. So if worst case scenario like happens, and
I'll just be like eating the pretzels that are left from the house.
Well, I was gonna say that you would be the first one to be able to go to a Target or Trader Joe's in the case of like world shutdown. You know?
Yeah. Or they're like, there's
you could get the last cans.
There's like there's a care package coming into Stonestown Target. I could be like first in line.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
And I have to have
you could be on the roof going, hey,
I have to have a weapon
us,
ready to hit other people. My mom was saying that people are getting in fights over supplies now at stores.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, that might have been her just, trying to keep me safe. And
the whole pandemic thing
makes me worried a little bit.
I mean, it is worrisome because, I mean, it's a pandemic now.
Yes.
And, like, I don't know when the last pandemic was, but it must have killed a lot of people.
I mean, the only time I ever, like, when I hear the word pandemic, I think of zombies.
I think of zombies and like the bubonic plague, the Spanish flu, like all these big name ones.
So when I'm walking to Target, I'm like imagining because I was imagining a year ago and thinking of just like how different my life was. Like just how really vastly different it was.
You weren't even here, were you?
I wasn't here.
Yeah.
It was just, I mean, I don't really need to explain it to you because
I mean, I know you, yeah.
Yeah. So, and I was thinking about, wow, imagine a year from now. And I was thinking of myself like walking in the Target parking lot, and I was like, jump a year from now, like, what's
gonna be there?
What's gonna happen? Is it gonna look like the Walking Dead set, like with abandoned cars and Target looted and?
No, I think what's gonna happen is it's gonna stay the way it is right now.
I really hope it doesn't. I really hope that doesn't happen. But I'm just jumping to extremes. That's all.
Well, I mean, it's good to ponder, though.
Imagining extremes, I should say.
I think what's going to happen is it's going to stay the way it is. It might get a little worse, but it's going to stay the way it is in terms of, I mean, the economy, I think, is going to go hit the shit. I think the stock market's going to continue to go down. I mean, I don't know much about finances, but when you have, cruises being canceled, people not traveling.
Disneyland got closed.
Disneyland's closed. I mean, when you have these things where you can't have public settings, I mean, the economy is just it's gonna be hurt, And we see that. I mean, for the past couple of days, the stock market's been going down and down and down. And
holy shit! What if I get fired from Blaze?
I don't know, dude.
Well, I'm just imagining like a scenario
where
like
you will be. Why would you be fired from Blaze?
I'm just imagining a scenario where it continues to get worse, and people continue to get more scared about leaving their house.
Okay.
That it gets to a point where nobody's going outside. Mm-hmm. So I'm showing up at my fourth shift in a row where not a single customer has come through, and they're like, they're just checking people. They're just letting people go because they don't need them anymore. And I'm gonna be one of the first ones to go because
you're new.
I'm new and I only know so much, and I'm very expendable.
Yeah, I get you.
So
I mean, I think if any business is going to be open, it's going to be food. So I think you're fine.
Yeah, no, I agree.
And
but
especially in a place like
what
Blaze,
if it gets
where like
to a point
you just go
where
in and you get out?
It actually gets so like
so
everybody
critical.
gets so scared, like so freaked out. Do you think it can get to that point?
I think it could. I think it definitely could. I mean, it really depends on.
I just feel like I've already noticed it.
It depends on how March ends, right? Yeah. Because what people don't realize is like, and people at my work are saying this too. What people don't realize is this is going to be at least a 3-month hysteria. Like this is not going to go away anytime soon.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to continue to transfer to people. Those people are going to get other people sick, right? And until it gets to a point where the last person doesn't infect anyone, then it's not going to go away, And so people are thinking like, oh, like we're going to take a few weeks and work from home. Like for instance, my work.
Are you guys doing that work from home?
So today it was mandated. Well, it wasn't mandated, but it was highly, highly recommended that everyone works from home.
Yeah.
And San Francisco State told everyone, okay, classes are going to be online. So classes this week were canceled and everything's online now.
Yeah, true.
And so people are thinking that this is just like a temporary, like 2-week thing.
It's definitely not.
It's not. Exactly.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
But people just don't realize that it's going to be a long-term thing. And for instance, at work, we were talking about, we're trying to hire a new automation engineer, and we're talking, and we're debating on going in on Monday to do an interview for this person, in-person interview. And I mean, we're in the heart of San Francisco, so like BART, Muni, like all that place. I mean, it's infected at this point,
Yeah,
for sure, right? I mean, I would say that at least one of the BART cars. I would assume some of the Muni cars are. I don't know. Maybe I'm overzealous, but. And so we're debating on whether we should come in. Anyways, we decide not to, and then we keep talking, and then someone suggests, well, we can think about it, and if we want to, and if we're not comfortable with, hiring the person, we can just, do an in-person in like a couple weeks. Yeah. And I'm like, well, if we're going to do an in-person, we do it now because it's only going to get worse.
Yeah, this goes back to what I'm saying about the whole events being pushed back to later dates in the year.
Yeah, you were just saying that with Coachella.
Yeah, I don't know what. I guess they're just I guess they're just crossing their fingers and hoping their phone lights up with a breaking news notification that it's been cured. And
vaccine.
Vaccine created. It's being mass made right now and being shipped to every city near you. Go get it. You know what I mean? Like it's just like I can't. And then it's the same thing with them putting like the April 5th as being the time where we're going to stop doing the, where classes are going to come back to being, face to face in person.
Oh, is that what they said?
That's what they've said. And I'm just like, April, like what? It's not.
No, it's not realistic.
I mean, if it got this bad, like this quick, it's not going to get better like right away. Like
I think
and very quickly. If we have NBA players and we have Tom Hanks and his wife getting it.
How did they get it? Did they say anything about it?
I think they were in Australia.
They got it from Australia.
Well, they're in Australia right now. They're quarantined in Australia.
Really?
I heard, yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Not to put a death watch on Tom Hanks or anything, but
he'll be fine.
The movie I've seen trailers for him online, and if he doesn't make it and well, I'm just saying his last movie would be a war movie. So it'd be kind of...
Really?
Yeah. I haven't actually watched the trailers for it. I just know it's a war movie.
That's crazy. Wow, that would be awesome.
I mean, that would be kind of poetic if his last movie was a war movie. I don't want Tom Hanks
to
die.
No, we're not.
I'm just saying it would be a fitting last movie for a career of his.
I would go out and watch that movie in the middle of this coronavirus.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's that's a funny thing about the Black Widow movie. They didn't push it back.
They haven't?
It's coming out in May. It's coming out in first week of May, I think.
They may push it back. See, what I'm thinking is, I mean, honestly, for Coachella, October is a pretty safe bet in terms of a reevaluation, Like October.
I'm kind of excited for like the change in weather.
It's going to be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it'll be nicer.
Yeah.
I think that's a safe bet. But when we talk about people postponing stuff and like, Coachella, for instance, and Stagecoach, it's like, aren't these events just going to stack up, Like if you don't have it, if you skip everything from, let's say right now, March till June, and you postpone them all till August, October, wherever. Aren't there other events that are like there already? Like how
planning on being happening?
Not everyone can postpone. Like it doesn't.
Yeah.
Because that venue's got to be booked up.
Oh,
and it takes time to clean. It takes time to set up, to prep. I mean, there's a lot of things that go into those events, right? And so I just can't imagine that Coachella gets through it, or I mean, something's got to get kicked to the curb, you know. And I'm sure the venue's
for Coachella to be able to happen in October.
The venue's probably going to choose Coachella over some smaller event. Like you're getting booted, bro. But that's something's getting booted, you know.
Yeah, no, you're probably right. I mean, with fairgrounds that are, I mean, with just an area as big as that space in Indio is for Coachella, that's it's gotta have something that already is planning on being there. But
you know what I just thought of?
You're right. Coachella will definitely take the spot.
Guess what I just thought of?
What?
I need one guess from you.
Hard Summer.
Hard Summer, yes.
What about it? Is it going to happen this year? I don't know.
Did the lineup I'm not talking about that. I'm thinking about a story where
what?
This is our first time going to Hard Summer.
It was our first Hard Summer in 2016 where we drove to the place where it was last year.
We drove to the Fontana Speedway.
We drove to the 2015 location.
And then it was in Pomona, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. And then remember when we first left too? We first left, Sam forgot his bag.
Yes.
We had to go back, get Sam's bag.
Dude, we were
good. We were
outside Riverside.
Yeah, no, we were outside Riverside.
And he's like,
I forgot my bag.
And all the stuff.
And all that stuff.
You know.
And remember we had to drop him off that night with some other Santa Barbara friends because he was going back to Santa Barbara. Yeah. So that's why he needed the bag.
Yeah.
So we were like, oh, turn around.
Yeah, we'll go back.
And then we turn around, get the bag, and then we ended up going to the wrong place.
It ended up, I mean, that was our first year too.
So that was our first music festival together. Yeah.
Yeah, and we were noobs, and so we were like, okay, we're gonna go super early. Yeah, we're gonna be there. And
remember how long it took to get in?
Yeah.
Oh God. And people were outside dying,
dude.
Like,
we
passing
didn't
out,
get in. Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
that year was bad. 2 people died. That
year. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Rest in peace, man. Oh my God.
Yeah, Hard Summer takes.
Dude, I would never. Honestly, like I am so done with raving at this point. The shit that I hear about this stuff, like, bro, that shit could be laced with fentanyl. Like you don't even know.
Yeah.
That doesn't scare you?
No, I was just saying I was gonna mention like that is why I'm done with the scene too.
Like, don't get me wrong, raves are so much fun, and especially when you go with your boys and stuff, like it's such a good experience.
Yeah.
But now, like, I can't. I just don't trust it, man. Like, you just don't know.
I think we're kind of not grown. I don't want to say grown out of it.
I mean, we definitely grew out of it.
Okay,
but I didn't grow out of it because they're not fun for me anymore. I grew out of it because now I'm like fucking freaking out. Like, dude, people OD all the time.
Yeah, and it's not. I don't even want to call it a freak out. I just want to more call it like, it's like you made it
4 or 5.
No, it's just like not even. I'm not even trying to put it. I'm just saying it's like playing Russian roulette. It's like
I get you.
I played Russian roulette.
I get you.
But I would never play again.
Yeah, well, especially now. I mean, now fentanyl's gotten a lot bigger over these past couple of years.
And my one feature screenplay that I have I have about 78 pages or so of it. My villain is a drug dealer who cuts every 10th ecstasy pill with fentanyl.
You told me about this.
I did. Did I tell you about this?
I think you mentioned it. Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Or have you talked about it on here?
No, I haven't talked about it on here.
Okay.
So yeah. So writing a character that chooses to
do it on purpose
to randomly cut his drugs with
definitely
fentanyl.
Told me about this. You definitely told me about this.
Just makes me think of the possibility of, fentanyl being in a pill that, is not, like you buy 6 pills and one of them has fentanyl.
Yeah.
So,
well, the chances are pretty high. I mean, if people actually probably knew the chances of you getting fentanyl, they wouldn't do it.
Yeah, true.
It's kind of like the situation where you're like, no, it's fine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Which is kind of the same situation that we have with the coronavirus, and not to compare fentanyl with coronavirus, but like you were saying, like before,
like not taking it seriously.
Everyone's like, nah, it's fine. Like it's just flu,
Oh, that reminds me.
And now people are dying. Like,
before, like it was like 3 or 4 days before Rudy Gobert got diagnosed. Did you see the video of him making a joke about it at a press conference.
No way.
Yeah, no, he was.
Karma is such a bitch. Dude,
I know, dude. Okay, so he made a joke about like the interview's ending. Interview's ending, and he's got like multiple mics.
Sorry for laughing.
He's got multiple mics in front of him.
Yeah.
And he like makes a joke about like not touching stuff and touching your face, and he starts like touching all the mics and everything on the desk and like touching his face and stuff as he's leaving. Yeah. And then like 3 or 4 days later he gets it. So Charlemagne the God on the Breakfast Club gave him Donkey of the Day.
Nice.
Yeah. For
he deserves it, dude.
Yeah,
and
that's
apparently the Jazz
karma.
Was talking. The Jazz players were
karma.
Talking a little shit too, saying he was really fucking around too much and touching people's stuff like on purpose. Did you see that?
No, I didn't hear about that.
Oh yeah.
But it makes sense. Like if he's got that energy in a freaking press conference with random people where he's like making jokes like, "Oh, look at me touching everything," and I can't imagine like him in front of teammates like he'd be making the same jokes like touching everything and stuff.
Just fucking around the whole time. Yeah.
Because that's just what you do with your squad.
Yeah, exactly. But now he's like, I mean, I don't want to say it's his fault that the
league got shut down. No, the league. I think the league would have had to get shut down
eventually, but it wouldn't have happened yet. You know?
Yeah, that quick. Yeah, you're probably right.
And I mean, not to say that it's his fault that he got coronavirus, because I don't know how.
I can't believe March Madness got canceled too. March Madness got canceled.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure that all these events don't need to be canceled, but they just don't want to do them without the fans because that's what makes the money, right?
Yeah, I guess. But at the same time, the players are also guarding each other and sweating up and getting all.
But you could test the players, right?
Before they play. You could do that. That's true.
You don't think the NCAA or the NBA could postpone for a couple weeks until they got enough tests or something, you know?
So they made sure everybody was good to play?
Yeah, I mean. And
possibly.
Even then, I mean, you know, even if you don't have fans in the stadium, I'm sure you would still make money just off of the TV sponsorships.
Yeah, because people still want to watch the games.
And I think that
and the commercials and stuff. Oh, I would. I would have watched.
Too.
I would have watched the March Madness with no fans.
You'd have more people watching.
It would have been kind of funny
going to the games. What do you mean?
Someone shoots a 3, nails it, and the only people there's just like the bench. Yeah. Like, hell yeah! It'd be like.
So they didn't play any games without fans. The NBA.
I think they did. They. I don't know if they did. I don't think they did. I think they had them scheduled, but they never actually played them because the cancellation happened.
Well, what's funny is that they said that, you know, we're gonna do games without fans, right?
Uh-huh.
And then, come time for the Jazz, Thunder, right? It was versus Thunder.
Yes, I think it was. So. It was Jazz and Thunder.
They were in Oklahoma.
So, yeah.
So, come time for that game, then they were like, okay, we can't do this, right? Because Rudy Gobert tested positive.
Yeah.
And then they're showing video of fans leaving the stadium, and I'm like, wait a second. So was this game like not part of that whole fans like don't come to the game thing?
Yeah. I think the only one who actually officially scheduled a no fan game was the Warriors. And it either
was
the game either it was definitely scheduled. There were the Warriors I think it was less than a day between when the Warriors announced that they were planning on having no fans at the stadium, and then less than a day goes by, and then boom, the NBA makes the announcement that the season's suspended. Wow. So I don't think there was ever actually a game where there were no fans in attendance for NBA. But that would have been funny to have like clips from though, to have like if it would have actually happened. I mean, maybe it did. I'm not sure. Not 100% sure, but I don't think it did.
Yeah, but to your point, where you're like, it'd be weird seeing like them playing without fans.
Yeah, it'd be like a game that would like live in infamy in a way.
Yeah. So the UCL, which is the Champions League for soccer, which is where like all the best teams come to play. They did a couple games, and in fact, Chelsea, my favorite team, will be playing a game this weekend.
Pretty sure that got canceled.
The UCL?
I feel like it did.
Did it get canceled?
I thought I got a notification about it.
Maybe it has.
I just feel like everything.
I haven't been on Instagram all day. But anyways, they've played a couple games without fans.
Yeah.
And it's so weird to hear, because it's like you hear all the players saying like, oh, 18, like,
oh yeah, calling stuff out.
Get out.
Yeah.
And then it's like cool. They'll score a goal and they're celebrating, and it's just like them. And it's like it's just empty and quiet.
It's kind of like being in like a private moment with them in a way.
And you see like Neymar, he scored. You know who Neymar is, right?
Yeah, I do. Uh-huh.
Neymar, he scored for PSG, and like he immediately like starts going to like the sideline where the fans usually are, and then he's like, "Oh wait," and then he goes to the dugout, or not the dugout, the
sideline.
Yeah, the bench. Yeah,
yeah. That's no, that would have been fun to have. Just have like one game happen where there were no fans. But
NBA would be better too.
Yeah, I think
more.
I think it would have been cool with March Madness too. Just to have some sport, because it sucks. Like, we're all locked down. You know, we're all supposed to be staying inside, and it's like, you know, I mean, we would like, you know, there's movies, board games, video games. There's a lot of stuff to pass the time inside, but it would be nice to watch some sports too.
Honestly, I would love for a whole tournament to be like March Madness.
Yeah, and had I known that would have been the UFC fights last Saturday, where it would have been so
boring.
Well, not boring, but I mean
important.
Not important, but I mean just like kind of like the last like sporting events with like headline news.
Fans. Yeah.
Just because of like what happened with that girl and like becoming Megamind, you know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You know, the girl who got hit in the head so hard that she looked like Megamind.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What's her name?
I can't think of it. It's kind of hard to pronounce.
It is. It's like a European.
You saw those pictures, right?
Dude. Did you see that fight? Did you watch it?
I watched the highlights because I had to watch the highlights. I had to see what happened and how she got
that. Okay.
They were fighting the whole time. It was split decision, right?
Oh yeah, split decision. And dude, it was such a good fight.
But it's just like
it was such a good fight.
Bro, like,
I mean, one of the best fights I've ever seen.
But I have never seen someone look like that.
Yeah, well, her forehead was swollen.
But dude, her whole head was low-key swollen.
I mean, she was fucked up, dude.
She looked so...
They were both fucked up, dude.
Yeah, but bro, she looked so bad. Well, I think that's the reason. I think that's the reason why she deserved a lot to lose. Like, because from the highlights, it looked like it would. From the highlights, it looked like it went all. You know, it went the whole time. Like,
yeah,
they were fighting. Like, they were pretty
close,
evenly. Yeah, close.
By the way, we're talking about the co-headliner for the recent UFC.
Yeah,
which was the Chinese girl Zhang,
and
I don't know, Polish.
And the Polish.
I'll bring up the names right now while you talk.
So, I really think the reason why the Polish girl, or if that's accurate, I think the reason why she deserved to lose in the split decision was because of, you know, just how horrible she looked.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I've never seen an injury like that. Like, I thought it was edited when I first saw it, because I first saw it through a meme or, you know, some dumb picture on the internet.
I mean, obviously they use like the worst photos.
Yeah, but still, dude, it looked. Yeah. And then I was seeing videos of it, and it looked just as terrible when it was in, you know, moving around, and you know, calling her it. That's gonna be.
So it's Weili Zhang, and then Joanna. I'm not even going to try and pronounce this last name. Joanna Jed. J-E-D is what it starts with.
Joanna Jed, okay.
Yeah,
best
fight of the night, though, dude.
Yeah, no, that was definitely the best.
Because, bro, the
the main one
was so bad.
Did you see that? But it did create a great meme.
I mean, the internet will always create great memes, yeah.
Okay, but the meme was
terrible.
The meme was really good because it was...
Good posture, by the way.
It was posted by Daquan.
Great, that's a great account.
And it was when you and your buddy are trying to figure out the controls on a new fighting game. And did you see that one?
I did, yeah.
Oh my god!
And it's like
dude.
Yoel Romero doing the switch feet.
Yeah, he's doing the switch feet.
Yeah.
And the other guy's just like doing like weird like
dude.
arm and leg. It was so funny, bro.
There was one of them.
It was almost like they knew they were inventing that. You know, they were like, "Let's do that. That'd be funny."
Dude, it's so true though. That fight was so bad, bro. It was literally like they weren't doing anything.
But don't you think that's like the best? Like that being created is the best thing about that fight.
I think so.
The fact that meme was made.
Yeah. Well, because I mean,
because it's so relatable.
Yeah, it is.
Anybody who's ever played a fighting game.
I just love how Yoel Romero, he does this little like, He's literally like, he's got his 2 feet out.
Yeah.
He's got his hands up and he's doing this thing. Yeah. He's like crossing his hands over and over. And then he does this with his feet. He's just like 4 or 5 times. And you're like, what are you doing? Like, are you just trying to fuck around?
Really, though, that's basically...
I respect those guys so much, though. And Yoel Romero is a bad motherfucker, dude. So I just don't know what his plan was.
Because, the guy who won?
No. Israel Adesanya is the guy who won. And he played...
He's undefeated, right?
He is undefeated.
Yeah.
He's very technical, which is why he didn't really do anything. Because the whole time he was like, okay, I'm definitely going to beat this guy. And, I mean, you see Yoel Romero. Like, that dude could knock him out in one punch,
that's what
right?
I was thinking. I was like, he looks so much like bigger and stronger.
And so the whole what they were saying is that Yoel Romero's plan was to get him comfortable enough to where he was pressing him, and then Yoel Romero was just gonna throw some haymakers, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
And Israel Adesanya is smart. He was winning the fight, and he was like, "I'm not gonna push you. Like if I'm gonna win this way, you know." Mm-hmm. But I don't know why Yoel Romero didn't do anything. I mean, that was a title shot. And he's
it was
40, dude. So I don't know how many more he's gonna get. And
I thought it was like 41 or something.
Like, bro, you're in round 4 and you haven't really done much. Like, yeah, he threw a few good punches and he got some stuff in, but I don't know, man. I'm disappointed because I always root for the underdog, you know.
Yeah.
And I just figured like he should have done some more. I mean, not that I'm in a cage fight, but. Disappointing, for sure. Disappointing. You think they're going to cancel their events? Probably, huh?
I
Actually, they have to now.
Seems like everybody is.
California, you have to because you can't have an event more than 250
people. And I know, it just seems like you're saying they want to make money off the event. So it's more than likely that things are going to get canceled just because of the whole. You can't have a big gathering.
It's crazy, man. Yeah. It's absolutely crazy.
Apparently.
What?
Remember Money Longer? You know Money Longer by Lil Uzi Vert?
Oh, well, yeah, dude.
Okay, well, the mixtape that's on, Lil Uzi Vert versus the World.
Okay.
Apparently the sequel to that is coming out tonight at 9 p.m.
Really?
Yeah.
You're lying, bro.
Well... I'm being okay.
He just released one.
Yeah, no. Okay, so he posted.
You're talking about a whole album?
I'm talking about a whole album. Yeah, like a sequel to that mixtape that has Money Longer on it. Yeah, and also, what was the other big one on that mixtape? I can't remember right now, but
yeah, if you can't remember, I'm not gonna remember.
High Roller, Canadian Goose, or a couple of the other really good ones. But all Uzi posted was an image of. Basically the album cover of the original, but just tweaked a little bit, like more bright and more neon. It was pretty cool. And he posted that, and then Pete messaged in a Snapchat group I'm in with all the Capone's bros.
Yeah.
He was like, "Oh, the sequel's coming out tonight. It's dropping tonight." And I was
How
like,
does he know?
"Really at 9 p.m.?" And he's like, "Yep."
How does he know?
I don't know. I mean, maybe
some internet forum
there might be something on Twitter. Like he might have actually tweeted on Twitter. Uzi might have tweeted on Twitter.
That was the correct terminology, Frank.
That the album's coming out because sometimes I don't know. Artists are more detailed on Twitter.
Oh, okay.
They're more detailed on Twitter than they are on Instagram.
I get you. Yeah. Well,
so
Twitter's great for that.
Well, we'll just have to wait and see at 9 p.m. if it comes out. But that'd be cool because. It's just you gotta continue to look for positives as we're supposed to be panicking,
getting people through these dark times.
Yeah, getting people through the dark times.
I don't mean to talk about coronavirus again for an entire podcast, but
it's fine. I mean,
we just go with the flow.
Yeah,
dude, it's crazy. It's a crazy situation. Like I never expected this ever to happen in my lifetime. It's like you hear about people.
Yeah.
Like I've watched the Netflix documentary series, or I don't even know if it's a documentary series. It's called it's called Pandemic, I think, on Netflix.
I think you told me about it.
And it's basically about all these. There's these doctors, and they're talking about how these diseases are evolving and stuff like that, and I'm like, it's a very interesting show, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, oh, okay, like. I'm glad people are on this, you know?
Yeah.
Because like, it's a big deal, but like I never thought it was really a big deal because we've never had to deal with anything like this before. And even people who are older, like I was having a conversation with my mom and she's like, this is crazy. Like, this has never happened in my lifetime.
Yeah. Like whenever
this is so different. And like, you would think that modern times, this wouldn't happen because we're more prepared now, right?
Yeah.
What were we going to say?
I was going to say, it seems like whenever stuff is, just use the phrase again. Whenever shit's hitting the fan.
It's my favorite phrase, man. Shit is hitting the fan.
It usually seems like I've always felt like, bro, in America or in the United States, we've been in a bubble of a safety zone.
Yeah,
sort of like a comfort of, oh, I'm okay here, you know. I'm good here. We got it. We're good.
Yeah, you're right.
But now it seems like the whole vibe around the whole globe is like we're not good. Like, well, I mean, not even necessarily we're not good, but we might not be good. Yeah, like we're at risk. Like it's no like there's anything's possible in a way.
No one feels safe right now.
No one feels safe.
And
exactly.
usually when you live in a country like this, I mean, this is the first time where I haven't felt safe. I take that back. When the mass shooting situation was really bad, like maybe 6 to 7 months ago, didn't feel safe.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I mean, for the most part, the mass shootings have. When's the last time you heard of one?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know.
So we're, doing.
It seems like the coronavirus has taken over in terms of being the fear thing,
the hysteria. Right? Like, true. That is very true.
It's the new scared thing. It's the new, oh my gosh.
Yeah. Well, all those people who are prepared for this are now like totally rubbing it in people's faces, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, with like people like in terms of like
people that have the bunkers in the woods,
the bunkers and the canned foods and all the gallons of water.
Good for them, man.
All the toilet paper. Yeah, good for them.
It's crazy to think about.
I got friends with guns, and we'll steal it from them.
There you go.
No, but I'm not even joking. Like that's what I was talking about with Scott today, and I was like,
Scott Field?
No, not Field. I'm not gonna name drop him just in case things get apocalyptic.
Well, Scott Field's not a real person, so it's fine.
Yeah, Scott Field's not a real person either. But the other Scott I know, he's got a pretty good arsenal. And then
does he?
So does Dom.
Okay.
So if stuff really gets apocalyptic and everything falls apart, then
you're prepared.
Well, I'm not.
You got friends to lean on.
The first step I have to do is I have to trek from here to Riverside. I have to make it from here to Riverside.
Well, what if they're like,
and then once
fuck you, Frank. You're not. What are you giving us? What do you do?
They'll. Yeah, I already talked to them about it today. I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
Right.
I already got it. We're good. And so I'm gonna meet them there. And
just
then,
checking.
I'm gonna join the Arsenal, and we're gonna just be taking people's supplies because we're gonna be armed. But once we start,
that's the way to do it.
Once we start taking people's supplies while we're armed, that always rolls the dice of are they armed too?
Well, that's what I was about to say.
Because then they're returning fire.
Usually, those are the people that are the ones to be armed.
The people that are also like stocked up. Exactly.
The people that have bunkers and stuff.
Yeah. 100%.
They got like AKs in there or something.
But we'll start with the people who were prepared early and were just regular. Like they were early virus watchers, and they're like, oh my gosh, it's gonna make it here. We got to prepare now.
So they went to Costco and they just got stacks of canned foods.
Yeah, I'm basically talking about that.
You're gonna come in there.
The house. No,
is that what you're saying?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Oh, that's what I'm hearing.
That's not what I'm saying. Give me your supplies. Like
I
pull
see.
them up. Like,
but you would never really kill them.
Not until they pull.
Jeez,
Frank, we're talking about the apocalypse right now. We're talking about everything has fallen to the wayside. All rules, government has collapsed.
Okay.
Because the way I see it is, if it continues to spread in like 3 or 4 years, all adults could be dead. I mean, not.
Yeah.
Okay. What would I rephrase?
I don't know.
Not all adults. Everybody who's at an age that's very susceptible to the virus could be dead. Meaning that everybody who makes rules and makes things run smoothly and in control will be dead.
Okay,
meaning that people will start looting and doing whatever they want, which will then in turn to a loss.
Are we going down this rabbit hole, dude? Because I'll go there with you, man.
Well, we are, because I'm just saying
tell me,
is a possibility just because of how rapid apparently it's spreading, and apparently it's only getting worse, and apparently it affects those who are older, and if you haven't noticed, everybody who's in government is old.
That's true.
So it's like...
Plus, they always shake hands.
And even Trump, I feel like Trump is the kind of guy who's like refusing to admit like he might have it. So he could have it, and he could just be spreading it. Like, we don't know, you know?
Yeah, there was some scare that he got in contact with some Brazilian who had it.
Yeah, exactly. And he's visiting these people, and he's flying around. And
could you imagine him and Pence?
But doesn't he seem like the kind of guy who'd be like, nah, I don't have it, I'm good.
No, I'm sure that's what he said.
Exactly.
There's no way he hasn't got that question. He's like,
next question. Next question. Put
Sooner or later, he's freaking coughing up blood and stuff. Jeez.
Sweating. Yeah. So I can see it.
All right, question.
Going there. I mean, I don't want it to go there.
No, we're just messing around right now.
Yeah. Because I want to finish my school career, and I want
to be clear,
I want to have a life down the road. That's
I like society.
I like society too.
As much as people are like,
to become some cold-blooded killer.
Conform to society. Live your own life. Like, I like it. I like being civilized. And
it is nice.
Following the system.
Yeah.
Working your way up. Hard work pays off.
Yeah, and it's nice to be able to go to sporting events and go to festivals and watch games on TV and
use your hard-earned money and go to Disneyland events that you want to do,
and work at a job again where it's always busy. And
there you go, man. Okay, first of all, I want to go back to
the whole apocalyptic potential.
Well, I was gonna say, you made me really laugh when you said shit hits the fan, because then I said I like that phrase, and then I actually visualized it.
Oh yeah, no, it'd be hilarious. It'd be disgusting, but it'd be really funny. I don't know if it'd be funny.
Yeah, but it's funny visualizing it.
It's funny visualizing it, yeah.
Like, who thought of that, you know? Like, who was the first person who was like, I'm gonna make this a phrase?
Okay. This is for our potty humor viewers. Imagine you're... Okay, you would need to have a fan installed in here.
Yeah, I'm talking fan on high.
You got a fan going on high. Amanda's relaxing. She's reading before falling asleep or whatever.
Okay.
And you're taking a nighttime shit in the bathroom, and you're scrolling on the phone, and you get hit with some notification, whatever it is.
What, like Amanda's cheating on me or something?
No, it could be anything that just sends your world into chaos.
I can't imagine anything
like a whirl storm.
Like the apocalypse is happening. Let's just go there.
Like a nuke is headed to San Francisco. Like that. Okay, and you're taking a shit,
and I just go off the wire, man.
No, like the shit drops in the toilet. The shit drops in the toilet. The notification comes in. You're immediately like, oh my god.
Yeah.
You just
the alert comes in.
You just fucking stick your hand in the toilet, grab the piece of shit, run into here, and then throw it up into the fan, and then it just goes everywhere. And the man is like, oh my god, Ryan, that's disgusting. And it's like. And then you're just like, a nuke is headed here and is hitting us in 30 minutes.
I don't know.
And that would totally erase the whole...
Shit's hitting the fan. What if something like that happens and your mind just like flips a switch where everything you say has to be a reality? And so you're using that word to like describe something, and so you literally just throw it up?
Yeah, like Liar Liar. Like the movie Liar Liar with Jim Carrey where he can't tell a lie. It would be pretty much like...
That's Yes Man, though, no?
Well, he made another movie that's basically the same thing. Did he really? It's crazy. No, it's crazy.
That's just as funny as shit hits the fan.
Yeah, it is. There's a Jim Carrey movie from the 90s called Liar Liar, where he's a lawyer, and he gets this curse because he's mean to his son, and he lies to his son all the time.
Okay.
Where he has to tell the truth all the time. So the whole plot of the movie
that's
is
the one I'm talking about. Or unless they're the same thing.
And then there's another movie called Yes Man where he has to say yes to everything. And that came out in like 07, 08. So they're basically the same movie in a way. They're just tweaked a little bit.
It might have been the Yes Man.
Liar Liar is where he can't tell a lie, and Yes Man is where he can't say no. So
I think that's it.
Did you see the one where did you see the one where he's singing "I wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend" with the guitar?
I saw the one where at the ending.
I wish you would.
I'm totally gonna spoil the ending, but they're like.
I haven't seen either movie, by the way.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't seen. I just know.
Okay, well, then you're not gonna get this.
Yeah.
I was gonna explain the ending, and then you were gonna say.
But do you not remember the scene where he's playing the Third Eye Blind song? I wish you would
definitely
step
not
back from that ledge.
Definitely not. But I mean, I saw this thing with my dad.
I just got the video copyrighted. Whoops. I don't know if that was enough.
I mean, your voice is exactly like that.
Like it, yeah. But
I wish you would. What is that?
Yeah. So
Train.
No, it's Third Eye Blind.
You were just saying.
So it'd be kind of like that, to where you're going through life, and whenever you say something that's an expression, your body gets like forced into like doing that for real. You know what I mean?
Dude, what time is it?
You'd have to like watch yourself. You know? Yeah, we can call.
We're on 50 minutes.
Yeah. Let's call it on the thought of
shit's hitting the fan.
Shit's hitting the fan, and living a life where where phrases you would have to do the literal meaning.
Exactly. Like, so let's leave our fans with the thought of throwing their shit on a fan and just seeing it go everywhere.
Yeah. That
seems right for this podcast.
Or like, I got even better one.
Well, let's save it for the next one.
I know. I got to
go for it.
Oh man, you really wouldn't want to say "screw the pooch."
Screw the pooch.
I'll just leave it on that one. All right,
we're going dark. This isn't body humor.
That's the closing joke for episode 10. All right.
Cheers up.
Cheers up.
Thank you everyone for watching or listening. We love you.